Hey everybody. Really looking forward to having Matt live with us today. And I'm sorry that Nell wasn't able to join us. She's not feeling well after she had her second vaccine shot for COVID. And so she might be joining us here in the chat. But we're going to go ahead and take just a few minutes, as always, to pull him in the live. And we'll get started here in just a second. Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing, man?
Been good. How about you?
Oh, good. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was due late because I got toast. So I'm home right now, so it's all good.
No, I appreciate earlier you let me know, and it's just a little bit of a time difference, and not a problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nell's not able to join today. She had her second COVID shot, and it's caused kind of a flare up. But she wanted to have me send her love, and she's going to look forward to watching the video. This gets recorded
Mm-hmm.
and uploaded it to YouTube, our YouTube site, right? And so
Yeah.
um, we may not have you've got pretty good following and a lot of friends, and some of them might not have heard the news of you making this aware. And so after um, probably by tomorrow, I'll have like a 1 to 3 minute video kind of posted that's highlighting today. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want to duet that or do whatever you're wanting to kind of direct them to my link tree link in my bio, that
Mm-hmm.
redirects them out to YouTube. And so,
Okay.
so you can say, hey, I know that you weren't able to watch it, but there's a lot that we're going to be getting into that I'm really looking forward to, Matt. That isn't even something that maybe you've kind of gotten into with your posts, right? In terms of connecting
Right.
people, and so having them have the opportunity to go out there and watch that, and even into the years to come, we're booked out on our weekly lives through September of 2022, and so people are really responding to wanting to share their story, and so you're just a part of that, my friend, and we're
Oh,
really
thank
excited.
you. Thank you. I'm happy to tell you about a story about the fine too. So, and autism too. So I cannot wait. So.
Oh, well, perfect. And thank you for joining. For those that are joining on his end as well, and just know that if you can't stay for the full time, we know people are busy. That's okay. You can go and check out the full video on YouTube later. So let's just jump right in. Now, I know you have autism. One of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is one of the things that we've made clear is, even though this started with Nell's interest to reaching out with those that have chronic pain, and she really wanted to make it clear as we start the nonprofit that it's chronic pain and suffering, and in addition to that, it's not something that's limited to just physical conditions or surgery. We've been talking with people that have had maybe suicides in the family, mental and emotional. disabilities, things like that. Pain comes in all forms, as we know. And autism itself, just having the condition, well, and it's something that I'm learning about. I actually have a nephew that has autism, my
Mm-hmm.
brother's son, and we have a good friend of ours that has a couple of actually a brother-in-law that has Asperger's, and
Mm-hmm.
a friend that has Asperger's, right? And so we're ourselves learning more about that, and so um, some may be wondering, you know, why are we having autism kind of on the show, if you will, when having autism itself might not, have a nerve actual pain, but it provides an opportunity to not only talk about that disability, but just as humans, we're going to just have all sorts of pain, right? Whether that's anxiety, social rejection, trying, this kind of thing. But I want to hear your, experience with all of that. It's a unique. I'm sure there's some unique pains and how it can beautifully tie into what I know Nell is trying to do and helping bring people together to where you're absolutely fitting and welcome and part of our family. So
Yeah.
with that, now I know you have autism and you deal with social anxiety sometimes. Are there any other conditions medically that you experience that I'm not aware of, or is that really kind of the most of what you experience?
Well, Paul, I know. I remember since I was two, I did not speak, so my mom teach me how to speak. So, mom, I did not speak since I was two. It was hard work. So so I'm happy to talk to people every day to help my speaking to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually been really impressed with you, um, in a lot of ways. I mean, just to name a few, and then you know, you're very musically inclined. I mean, you could just rock the bass like nobody other. I mean, I'm just very I and the drum set. I actually was lead percussionist in high school.
Ooh, nice.
So
I didn't
I,
know.
yeah, so I was the drum set, jazz band, the pep rallies, wipe out as the football, game wins, uh, made up the cadences for our drum line. Was invited for the University of Utah to do an ensemble with some other percussionists. So when I
Mm-hmm.
saw your set, man, it brought me back to the days when I would open up the window in our home in the summer and just
Yeah.
thrash. I would just jam out for hours.
Yeah.
I don't have any skills with the bass, but you've got a lot of talent there,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I love to watch you. Um, and you're also what we call, spot on kindred. I mean, you've got an energy and a sincerity about you, an innocence even about you that's just contagious. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, there's a lot of bullies and people. I mean, it does. It's no secret that you don't have to go very far, especially on social media. Matt, is there any way that you can increase your volume at all? I'm getting a
Well,
little bit.
it's up. It's up.
Oh, that's
So
up. That's up.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Annie Oakley gave some good feedback. I noticed that. I didn't know if that was on my end. And Annie, oh,
well,
she's
yeah, I will try to do this, but
that's perfect.
but
That's perfect. That's perfect.
I'm sorry. My mom said,
Yeah. Hey, mom.
my mom cannot hear you, mom. But okay, go ahead. My mom cannot hear me, so
Tell her.
here's my mom.
Tell her we absolutely
Mom,
appreciate and
mom.
love her.
Oh,
Hi.
I just want to say Matt is very talented with the keyboard too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
good. You need to
Um,
I want to see
he's
more of
very
that, Matt.
talented. He's got perfect pitch. He has.
No.
Oh, you can turn
Yeah.
that
Do you hear
down.
me?
And I can hear her too.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Hi,
No,
Annie.
it's all good.
Annie, if you can hear me, I got to get
Okay.
you on here, my
Anyway,
friend.
I did teach him how to speak. It was very difficult. I used sign language and speech. We went through years of speech therapy, but I think he does pretty well.
Well, I don't know if you
Some
can
of
hear
the
me, Mom,
things.
but let me talk to her for a second.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
I just want to let you know how grateful that we are, that you are who you are, and what you have done for Matt. It takes an angel to take a special soul like him and to cultivate his talents and his development, and to find that balance between protecting him as well as
And
um,
letting go.
helping him thrive. Some parents might make the mistake of trying to shelter them or keeping them safe too much from the people that are out there that would just be mean, or whatever it is. And I'm just so impressed, because even though so much of who Matt is because of his own choices and who he is,
Exactly.
we all know that a lot of it is because of you.
Well, just so you know, it's been a pleasure to raise him. um, he is a good guy. He's very innocent. He gets feelings hurt a lot with trolls.
Yeah, I know.
And I've been working with him on that, and he's
Yeah,
doing better with it. And I just want to thank the community and you for
yeah.
the
We're gonna
support for
and we're
him.
gonna talk about that, because Nell and I don't put up with people that make you feel not accepted or inferior, things like that. You need to avoid that like the plague, because there's a lot of people out there that would try to make you feel bad and ashamed, and we all deal with that. But it's sad that when there's any kind of a disability of any kind, it's even escalated even more, and so we know that you're dealing with your own set of challenges, and we just commend you for how
Well,
you're living your lives.
he's pretty great, I think, and he does really good musically. And I think if people could just listen to him play, they would that would take care of any questions they have.
It's true. I mean, and it's not just. I mean, the music is a given. I think that he is one of the greatest inspirations that I've met. He has
Thank
such a
you.
purity about him and authenticity. Um, he just wants to be able to have true friendship with people,
That's it.
and so there's so much more to you, Matt, and your son than music, although that is amazing. So I just want you
You got it.
to know that.
I'm gonna give him back his headset, and I'm gonna go back in the kitchen and watch you guys.
You got it.
Okay, I
You
just
got it.
had to get my say so in.
Oh, it's a
Good to meet you.
pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that, guys. I did not expect that, Mom.
That is what we love. I was hoping for that. We've had some situations where we were able to get spouses and
Yep.
caregivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's important, because it gives people, it's just inviting you kind of into your world. You mentioned that you were kind of nervous earlier, and
Oh yeah, I was.
and
I was. I was nervous about. So
yeah, and I want to talk about why we're so nervous, where some of that comes from, and it could be different for everybody. But um, I hope that we can, Nell's talked about it before, almost in a sacred way, and that we hope that when we have these interviews with people, that they feel so comfortable that they're like, you know what, I was just talking and hanging out with my friends, and the nerves just disappeared.
mm-hmm.
And if I can just find more people like that, and sometimes it can be online, sometimes in person. But if you're not experiencing that with people, then you don't need to worry. You don't need to value their opinion
Right.
as much. and it will simplify your life tremendously. I've had my own fair share of bullying kind of growing up, and wanting to be popular. I mean, there are so many things that are not just because of someone who, in your case, has autism, or I have OCD. Um,
Sorry, my mom's back again.
yeah,
This is unusual. Yeah, so you're welcome. Did you find time to come in my room? All right.
no, I was just going to say that I you have autism. I have obsessive compulsive disorder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have had ADHD and perfectionism, and so I've gone through my life and kind of feeling hesitant to share some of that in terms of how people would respond to that, and I don't know what degree of any of my behaviors, or even before I knew anything about those conditions when I was a kid, I don't know how much of that played into some of what I experienced, but I'm sure it maybe did.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, enough about me. Let's. So you've got autism, kind of just learning to talk, kind of at an earlier, and kind of the challenges there. You don't have any physical kind of pain and chronic pain conditions in terms of like you know osteoporosis and some of these things that we've been talking about. Okay, so take
Mm.
me back. Let's go back. What are some of your first memories where you started learning that you had a condition that was different in some ways from your peers and your mom? What were some of your memories that you had as you were starting to learn and have kind of that self-awareness, right,
Right. Right.
of some genetics, and not in the sense of, oh, I'm inferior, I'm different, I need to be ashamed, but Heavenly Father, for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
has made my body this way, and it's for a purpose. It's not cruelty or whatever. And it allows for me to serve in unique ways, right? And so it's important to know that that's what we're talking about with that kind of awareness that there is something different. What did, what did you start going through?
Well, I will try as best I can. So I'm happy for me. I'm, I, I'm my mom kind of helped me to meet new people when I go to school at Amy school. I guess I remember I went to public school, and I remember we had a special education class,
Mm-hmm.
and and in Buncombe County we don't have anyone. So I think my mom. It was fine stories. I do remember this. I was first kids who autistic went to public school at Buncombe County. I guess that's how I know. So
Okay. So are you saying that the school program that you started being able to get involved with had other autistic kids? Is that what you're saying?
well, it's a special people. I guess
Oh, okay.
I mean
You were able to other people that were going through that as well. You were able to kind of associate with them and have that be part of the service that was being provided, right?
yeah, I agree.
Was
I
he able to
just I don't
was
know.
he able to make friends?
mainstream into the mainstream
Oh, here's my mom again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Huh?
in the public schools. I mainstream you
Okay, my mom told me I'm mainstream
into public schools.
into the public school
Friends you had in class.
to spend no classes.
Okay.
That's my mom. So
Okay. So were you able to make friends pretty good with other people that had autism?
yeah, I do. I remember. I do remember. I did one. I made one best friend. He named Marcus.
Uh huh.
Uh, um, it was during that time. During '90s, I remember we run around and pay count. It was good memories, but that's my favorite best friend, and I
Oh,
kind of miss him. So
yeah. Did you lose touch with him over time?
Uh, no, well, after that, we did move at the Inca Camp. So we went to Campo Elementary School back in 1992. So
Okay. And was it easier making friends with him because he had autism than other kids?
I know I don't know if he got autism or not, but he one of the very first
Oh,
friends
oh,
I
okay.
made. So I
So
mean,
he might not have had autism. Okay.
I don't know if he got one or not, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
all I know. So
Okay. And so you're going through, elementary, junior high, high school. What are some of your favorite memories with your friends growing up?
to talk about middle school and let's talk about middle school first, okay?
Okay.
I mean, when I went to middle school, do remember, I know I was sixth grade. Um, I hold, I don't know, I'm trying to remember. In sixth grade, I saw my old friends to my elementary school, so they're happy to see me. And man, middle school is awesome. No, if you guys didn't know, I did not miss a day of middle school. Never.
You loved it.
Yeah, I've been every day at middle school every day.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah,
friends.
yeah. I got no friends. I do. So
And then as you got into junior high, a lot of people can relate to challenges, especially with, you talk about pain that people can go through with the anxiety, and that sometimes people get depressed as they start going to kind of through adolescence. Um, you go through some of that, just normal stuff, right? Just
yeah, yeah.
going as a
But
teen.
yeah, but we don't have junior high. We have only middle school and high school.
Oh,
That's all we
really?
got. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. What?
yeah.
How old are you when you get into high school?
15,
Oh,
15.
okay.
So
Hmm. Okay.
and I had a big health during my freshman year. So
When did you start getting involved with music and discovering that you had music abilities and talents? Were you involved with like the school band?
I did play at middle school. In my eighth grade, I remember this. I did play "Came On" by Hubie Hancock, and I remember it's on eighth grade. When I played that bass line, the people clapped my hands, and they're happy to see me play bass. So I remember we did play at the Reef Festival at Back Mountain. So it was good memories during that time.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh,
Hmm.
good. And now, are you able to like? Are you do you work? Do you are able to work? Have you worked at like a food place or a different thing? Or how does that work with? Or is it a disability situation where you're able to get disability at home, and then you're just serving people like you have been? Give a kind of an idea, because I'm sure that people, you know, they wonder that, but they don't know how to maybe ask that. And they don't want it to sound like questioning or a
Hmm.
demeaning thing, but they want to understand what life's like that. Are you able to work outside the home, or have you ever tried to do that? Or
To talk about favorite job and to talk about my favorite job.
your first
Oh,
job?
that's what to talk about that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Well, my favorite job was a bag boy. I did apply the job. My mom helped me, and one manager, hey, do you want to work? And I said yes. So I did work. I work at Ingles. It cost a bit more scale mall. That's a long time ago.
Hmm.
That's my favorite job. Before that, I did work at Goodwill. That's kind of helped me to gob tailoring. So here's my mom again.
You
Oh
got it.
boy.
Helping
Hey,
you out.
yes, this is interesting. Here you go. Go ahead, mom.
Hey, he had vocational rehab. Uh,
Pull the mic down to your
Hey,
your.
put,
oh,
put my on here. Wait, speak,
I'm sorry.
speak.
he worked with a vocational rehab.
Okay.
They had a worker come in and train with him, and then he did that for several years, and he was a bag boy. Then he went to Lake Point Landing, where he became a dishwasher. He's been there
Almost 16.
16 years, and he's goes to work every time they ask him to. They're short staffed right now, so
Yeah.
he has to work quite a bit. But he works without the vocational rehab person. He's been doing that for about 6 years now.
Awesome. And do you enjoy that? That's amazing.
He wants to
Thank
know
you.
if you enjoy working.
Sometimes I do, sometimes don't. So,
You'd
You
much
always
rather be
enjoy
playing your
work, I'll
bass,
say
right?
that.
yeah, I know it's an interesting live stream. So I mean, it's when my mom's come help me, it helps. So I mean, I've tried.
That's part of it. Um, that's part of what people like to see is just kind of that realism. Sometimes when Nell's not feeling well, but she wants to be in part of the lives,
Yeah.
I'll be in the other room and
Yeah,
I'll be on the
yeah,
camera and they can hear her,
uh-oh.
but she's not feeling
Yeah,
up to being on the camera,
oh,
right?
yeah,
So yeah, we get it. Yeah, we get
mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. So
So when you play, you do a lot of this collaboration, uh, kind of with what musicians are on TikTok. You've kind of discovered how to do that. Before that was even a thing, did you play in a band or have somebody locally that is able to tinker with, or have you just kind of done that to music that's just on the radio? Or
I do. Well, I did pay at Toast in 2001. I did audition to pay the youth band at Toast. I did audition for 1 year, so I did pay bass, and I did pay bass and keyboards at the on Toast, and we've been off and on, and we find no Toast, so I pay bass at my Toast right now. So I'm happy to pay bass.
is there kind of like a band at the church there that you?
Yeah, yeah, they got banned. No, I'm just packaged. Yeah, so that's why I had packaged today. So
Oh,
that's
okay,
why I'm getting late. So it's all good. So
yeah. So you're able to kind of play with that church band there with the group there. That's awesome.
yeah, but no, it's hard to find the person to pay the band because I'm just scared. What if it audition a real band? Because I never experienced that before. No, but
Yeah.
I just in the future maybe, but I don't know. So
Oh, thank you, DK Diesel. I know that we've got a lot of your friends on your end, and then I've got some on my end. But
yeah,
I love people kind of coming together like that. So thank you so much, and I appreciate
always.
you. You guys are
Hmm.
amazing. Um, so that kind of gets people to kind of know you a little bit more. I want to have it the conversation kind of go to where we talk a little bit about some of the things that pain you the most, right? And talk about that. Before we do, is there anything else that you want to kind of share, whether that's about your job or growing up, or the music that you wanted to kind of share about just who you are before we kind of change gears a little bit and talk about kind of some things that are painful?
Yeah, I would try. I mean, it's like no, I'm doing the music on the on apps called Collab. That
Mm-hmm.
app, I was a beta tester of that app over a year ago, and that app helps me to do more music again. So that app is awesome, and I'm happy making music too on TikTok too. But no, I know I love making music on Fine. You guys don't know, I was Oki Kueho of Fine, so I kind of miss Fine still. So
Yeah. Are you're on Vine a little bit? Oh, thank you for the gifts. You guys don't need to do that, but thank you so much, TK.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I was on Fine in 2015. that app did change my life. I mean, that app helps me to meet new people, and that that app helps me a lot because it's because it's tough to find new people in pocket, and that app did change my life. So
It's helped for you to find kind of friend connections and things.
yeah, yeah, find helped me a lot. So
Yeah, social media can be, boy, it could be so destructive and it can be so constructive, right? It's just like anything in life. Um, uh, you you can use something for good or ill. Um, Dwayne is asking if you have a TikTok crush. Now, I know that you do these, I think these Monday crush kinds of posts and things, and you kind of just do, it's kind of a way for you to kind of just say, hey, I kind of look up to this, this person. They've kind of caught my eye. Any serious, crush where you just to put you on the spot and maybe embarrass you a little bit, any crush on
on TikTok right now,
yeah.
I feel busted, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard to choose. I mean, it's like I did it every Monday and Wednesday when I was fine because I do that because that's the only reason why I did it. I'm fine because I do cuss sit and I choose 4 people.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to do this on TikTok, but I mean,
There you
it's
go. You
hard.
don't
I
have to
mean,
spill the beans. We've got
well,
you that I think the smile says it all, and that's awesome. You
yeah.
don't have to tell us. Um,
Well, maybe I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
one day.
MJ. Yeah, maybe in my room, maybe MK rings. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be a Spock.
Yeah,
Just pretend. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of amazing, people out there, and um, I had Annie Oakley. I don't know if she's still Annie Oakley. What am I saying Annie Oakley for? Um, I've got Annie. Are you okay? Right? Um,
Right.
she was part of your meetup, and uh, whether she's here or not, I just want you guys to know when I was first getting started with TikTok, and this is before we was on Good Things Utah, or Nell and I started kind of coming together to have this be a spoonful of sugar. I would go into a few lives, right? Grow lives, and John Collins was one of them, and Annie's Annie's was by far, to be honest with you, Annie. Shout out if you're hearing this. She by far had some of the most, I don't know if you want to say quality individuals, but she attracted some really good kindred souls. So there weren't just people in there that were just trying to like gain numbers and followers so that they can oh, I've got higher followers or whatever. They genuinely was trying to connect with people and develop friendships. And so a lot of some of my first followers are some of the people that I connected with in her lives, because she's just such a, as I think you know her even better than me. Um, she's such a genuine person, and uh, she has a lot of the same values in terms of anti-bullying, and she just is right in your face saying, don't care what the trolls are saying and things like that. And so I'm glad to see that she's stopped in here to say hi to us, my friend, because she's for
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah,
It is. So, me, it was great. So,
yeah,
it was one of the best meetups in all time. When it was fine, it's
yeah,
one of the best ones. So,
yeah, yeah. And for sure, I mean, goodness, if I could, if we could, I know that you're in North Carolina, but if we could ever, Nell and I talk about how we want to, travel and visit people, and whether it's a meetup or just, coming out to help someone or whatever. Um, I would love that, whether that's in Utah or somewhere else. But I'm in Utah. I kind of live kind of close to Scott Henry and JT Laybourne and Dan Henry and them.
mhm.
Um, but uh, but yeah, so um, we're also going to, so watch out for this, in September. September's a chronic pain month, and I'll be sending you a Zoom link information, and everybody that we've interviewed up to that point will be invited to a big Zoom call, and so all of you will be able to be kind of like a meetup for people that we've already interviewed. So watch for that, but we want to
Okay.
continue to stay in contact with you, and for sure we'll continue to follow you. So I want to, without putting you on the spot, you don't have to share anything that you feel is too personal or vulnerable. But one of the things that you are public about is, your anxiety, and some of that may be because of the autism. Some of that's just being human, right? And just having anxiety. Do you feel like that you have anxiety more than maybe most people? Do you feel like you actually, I mean, some people literally have like anxiety levels that can be debilitating, right? And
Right.
do you
Right.
feel like that you really struggle kind of at that level sometimes with your anxiety?
It depends. And that I remember when I did graduate from high school in 2003, and I remember when we went to college. I'm trying to get my GED, and what happened is
Oh, hey,
I
Annie.
was I
Hey, Annie.
was yeah, I
Sorry,
was
Annie's saying
uh,
hi. Hey, girl. I
it's
don't
fine.
know if you just heard that shout out, my friend, but we both love you to pieces. And Matt, Nell just jumped in and she's saying hi. Spoonful of sugar underscore. That's the other account that we've got. She's just joined, and so she's watching this as well. Annie, you're not off the hook. I want to get you on here, my friend. So, uh, we're booked to September 2022 on our weekly lives, but you're a huge part of some of the first followers and following that and some of the most amazing people that I've connected with, and what you've also done here and showing up to his meetup and things. And so we really love you, and you know that. So I would do we would do a second live, just having you say yes to that. So message me, think of when you want to be on here if that interests you, and we will have a second live aside from the Thursdays that we have, and I'd love to have you. We've got MJ Wangs saying thanks for doing this. Absolutely, this the credit goes to Nell. If you guys haven't listened, uh, you may know, to varying degrees, kind of what we're doing and how it's kind of come about. And it started with Nell. And if you haven't, go out to our YouTube site and go and listen to Nell's audio letter. She's got an audio letter that is just speaking from the heart on what she's tried to do, originating from the days when she was really isolated in her room and she was being touched by the connections that she was having, um, with people on YouTube. So go and listen to that. And you do too have things to talk about, you know, goodness, whether it's, you know, you've got so much to offer beyond just your amazing, DJ, acceptance, love, grow parties. I could go on and on about the positivity and the authenticity of you, Annie Oakley. Oakley, I keep saying Oakley. You'll have to forgive me. Annie, are you okay? I'm just going to call you Annie. But you have done so much in that you've helped to lead people. So many people are aware of you, and you've got and it's you have probably demonstrated more than I've seen anybody on TikTok, that it's not about just the following. You could have 2.5 following and things, but the people that follow you, and what you've done with the Vibe Tribe, even right, and creating that on Facebook, you've really brought a lot of good people together, and it's making a difference in their life. And pain, boy, is that a topic that can be talked about forever. We're blessed in that that's something that that we're focusing on with chronic pain and suffering. But you know what? That is at the root of so much of our behaviors. I don't care if you are Tina Madlibs and Scott Henry. I don't care if you are, the best, comedian. Um, there's typically pain that's involved
Mm-hmm.
with something that is going on in your life. And part of what we're doing here, Matt, is Nell, I know, is wanted for people to not just connect in terms of meetups, in terms of TikTok, connections and following and stuff, in terms of just dual lives where you're just dancing. All these things are good, but there just isn't a conversation about things um, that are just painful and what's causing that pain
Mm-hmm.
in a way for people to not feel stigmatized, to not feel shame or embarrassment or judged. And I don't want to answer the question of why you think anxiety is as real as it is for you, but usually most people, when we've talked about that, it's because of a fear of rejection or that they've been rejected.
Mm-hmm.
And the pain that has come from that, whether that's impacted their self esteem, their sense of worth. And when you feel like you live in a world where people, in your case, possibly as you're trying to make friends, that that risk that you're going to have pain. Why? Because I associate that with them making me feel like something's wrong with me. I
Mm-hmm.
associate that with they might make fun of me, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as as we can identify that and talk about that, I hope that we can feel and that it's not only something that shouldn't not be stigmatized or be ashamed of, but
Mm-hmm.
as you're working through that and trying to learn to cope or overcome or whatever the situation might be, you're an inspiration. You're an
Yeah,
inspiration.
I
And
agree.
and
I
so
agree of
of
that.
course there's a lot to talk about, Annie. I'm not going to let you off the hook because you're a gold mine as it pertains to that. 1 second, hold that thought. I've got a little visitor here for just a second. One moment.
Oh, that's nice. That'd be interesting.
Okay. Does any of that bring true to you? I mean, we kind of tied that in because Annie was just mentioning that, but what were you saying about anxiety and some of the reasons why that's been painful for you, Matt?
For me, well, this okay. Let's finish what I'm saying. Okay, back in 2003, after I done high school, I did graduate from high school with no diploma. So you guys don't know, I don't have high school diploma. So I went to get my GED. I saw people talking, and I saw people talking, and why people not talk to me? And my reaction is I was upset, and that's why I'm scared what people think about me in Puckett in 2003. And I was upset. I remember I did take medicine. I did take a depression pills, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember, but I did stop that years ago because it's expensive. So it's tough. So
So so it was painful because certain people wouldn't talk to you, or did you just feel like it was just practically anybody wouldn't talk to you? What do you mean by
people,
that?
I try. I remember just back 2003. I just when I'm getting at calls or community calls to get my GD, and I saw people talking people, but why people not afford to talk to me, and I was shy. I'm scared to talk to new people, and that's why I'm shy. I mean, it's hard.
You were seeing that you were being treated differently.
Well,
Is that what
I
you mean?
guess
Or
I
talking or being taught? Some people would talk to other people, but not you, and you just didn't know why.
yeah,
Is that right?
kind of that. I that's all I know. So,
Did it make you feel a certain way? What made you anxious about that?
and cause, well, I was because I was knowing, and my mom and someone got. I don't want to go through details. I did live in at department during that time. I lived my mom. I lived with the house and my department's over there, and it's tough. When I live in a department all by myself, I was having a tough time.
Okay. Yeah, that can hurt. Not when you're wanting when you're seeing, you're wanting to see maybe the ease of people talking with each other and that social, and you're
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, I'm not having that same thing. That could be rough for sure.
Yeah, it's just like I still got that sometimes, but I try. I try best I can. So,
Do you see like does TikTok help you feel safe?
well, Fine did help me a lot. Fine kind of helped me to
Vine
talk.
did.
Yeah, Fine helped me a lot.
And can
This
you tell a
past.
lot of people might not know what Vine is. Can you explain that and why that helped you?
Yeah, I will try explain as possible what is Fine is about. So I will try. Fine is a 6 second, 6 or 7 seconds video app. They own the Twitter, 2012. So 5D came out in 2013, and they closed that down when Fine closed that down in 2017. That's kind of my hope is broken. I just think,
Oh,
I mean, why Fine closed that down? I've been fine every day. I did count how many days. I did find about 1,352 days, and I remember Find did help me to be verified the app. So that's
yeah.
one of the best days. But I kind of miss that app.
So it helped you to feel connected. It
Yeah,
helped
a
you
lot.
to express yourself.
Hmm.
Did you feel like you were making friends on that
Yeah,
app?
yeah, it
Okay.
helped me a lot. I met a lot of people. I mean, I do. I'm just fine. Helped me a lot this past couple of years. I wish the fine did not close that down. I
Yeah.
just think about that every day and just think,
So
well,
it helped you feel safe, and TikTok's kind of like that. With it being closed down, have you found a lot of the kind of similarities with TikTok with that safety and feeling like that you
yes, I did.
oh good.
Yeah, it's because I know TikTok helped me a lot, but when I find no apps called Byte, Byte was the app about a couple of years, but almost a year ago, and they kind of be fine 2.0, but that app Byte's not
Not
so
as
good.
good.
So I think so. I mean, if I do TikTok, that helped me a lot. So
Oh good.
it helped me a lot. So
So what do you what makes you feel most anxious or afraid?
I'm anxious to think what people think in pocket about. What if I walk if it go someone's store and when people see me, what people think about me, and I'm scared.
So their opinion.
Yeah, what I think about with autistic person,
Hmm.
sometimes I do talk myself, and I can't help it.
So you value what they think, even though you know that might not be the nicest person, right? It's just it's hard to say, oh, you know what? They're not caring about talking to me, or they might not be the nicest person, so I'm not gonna care as much about what they think, and I'm gonna care more about these other people. I'm hearing that it's kind of difficult to do that, and you still care. Is that right?
I guess, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, I just like because I'm shy, I don't know how to talk to new people
yeah.
in pocket still. I mean, it's like if I have social media, it helped me to talk to people in real life. That's it's real, I guess. So
Okay. Well, what or who makes you feel the most safe and happy?
I think my mom.
Oh,
My mom kind of helped me to be safe, and she's kind of helped me a lot. And it was tough, but I want my mom so much. So
oh, that's awesome, man. And what's her name, if you don't mind me asking?
it's Cseoyl.
Cheryl. Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, we love her as well, man. She's amazing. We want you to
yeah.
know that we actually I mentioned a little bit of that earlier, but we have several autistic family members. So you're safe with us,
Oh, I
and
know that.
I hope you feel that, and just a huge thank you for just being so brave. You're really helping people. Um, I mean, you know, as people, we have a tendency to just look up to someone that we think, oh, that's a leader, right? And they're not trying to be this big leader, but we just like want to be like them or gravitate to them. And boy, not only are you just a leader in general, but wow, are you a leader for people that are in the autistic community, um, and kind of that whether you want to think of that as that a big brother kind of to them. I could just see you taking them under your wing and helping them feel safe, like you've wanted to feel yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to inspire anyone inside. I
Mm,
want to tell about my story, what is autistic life is, and I'm trying best I can.
yeah, and you're doing amazing. I'm getting comments. Cheryl Svit says, Matt, you're awesome. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Thanks, mom.
Oh, is that? Oh, I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize that was Cheryl, your mom. Yeah, but I get those kind. I I know that if we were to sit down, if everybody that knows you or that was getting to know you, they would say the same kinds of things. And so, as far as opinions, right? We're talking about opinions and valuing them. Just know that the ones that I think really count the most, that
Mm-hmm.
you have an abundance, that you are amazing, and that we want to connect with you. We want to talk with you. We want you to feel safe and have that count. And remember that when you're by yourself in your room and you're looking up at your ceiling and, just that personal, private time, you you think about how many people are those safe people for you, and you put your energy and focus in them. Okay.
Okay.
Nell asks, "What are three things that you're absolute? What's your absolute favorite things to do? Absolute
Um,
favorite things to do. Three
um,
things.
I will try best I can. I do not play music. That's one of them. Um, two, I play video games. I know that. And three is just talking to you guys. That's all I know.
Those three are your favorite: music, video games, and just talking
It's,
with friends.
yeah, I mean that's all I know. So,
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
hmm
When you go live, what's one of the favorite things that you like to do? This is a different kind of live, right? Where it's a little bit more
yeah.
conversational. When you normally go live, what do you like spending time doing when you go live?
Well, well, I'm not me. I was just saying. Well, sometimes I get. I mean, wives okay. I mean, it's like TikTok is live, but I wish Vine got live a long time ago, but they don't have it. So, I mean, when I was do live sometime a couple months ago, well, almost a year ago, I remember I did live stream, and I remember Scott D. Henry give me gifts. I
Yeah,
remember one time I made about $400, I think, if I
yeah.
remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he loves you. Yeah, Scott loves you. He's
Oh yeah, I know.
yeah.
But
Um,
but bad news is he's not fine famous. I am so
you what? Famous? What?
fine famous.
Vine. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Your mom says you love shopping. Um, One of our friends, her name's Julie, very, very
Mm-hmm.
close friend. She's just family to us. We love her so much. She wants to know who your favorite musicians are.
Mm. Well, I do not in type music, but no, it's all hard to choose. So I mean, I do not in type music. So
But that's as far as genre, right? You don't have like a particular genre. But what about like a musician? Like my favorite musician's Michael Jackson in terms of like a performer. I mean, he's just like amazing, right? I love him. Do you have like a favorite musician that you really just no, not really a
no,
favorite? Interesting.
no. Well,
Favorite
I do.
guitarist? Favorite guitarist? Anything like that?
No, it's hard to choose. And when I do listen to music all the time, it doesn't make me happy. So it's hard to choose. So
The bass on 6 Feet Under. Do you know that song? 6 Feet Under.
What that one? I guess that's wrong one. I guess I don't
Yeah.
know,
Oh, I
but
should. I ought to pull that up and play that on here. But I'll have to send you. Um,
to continue, Nick, it's all good. I just because
yeah.
no, we cannot play copyright music. If you think about this, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
post
That's
to
right. Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
think
I'll. Yeah. You know. I will. I will send. Oh, I don't know if it's called. Uh, I don't know why I'm thinking root. Anyway, I can't remember the group, and I should. But the song 6 Feet Under and the bass job, it's the best bass work I've ever heard.
ooh. Well, yeah, but probably I can choose that. I can choose. I can work on YouTube maybe after this. I mean,
Oh,
I got to
or
sing.
like if you, yeah, or like if you could like learn a little bit of that bass and like do a TikTok post on that, I would die, man.
Okay, I would try. I would try. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Oh
just
man, I know that it'd be fun for you. So I wish I could remember because it's one of my favorite.
yeah.
Tool. That's what it is. Tool. So the group is Tool, Tool, and the
Mm-hmm.
song is 6 Feet Under.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, go check out that bass, man. You will just die.
Okay, I would try. I would try.
And Nell's saying that she agrees. She loves so much music. She's got so much on her Spotify. And Julie, they're all just saying it's sometimes hard to just say a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but music helps. In so many ways. But boy, I know that tying that back kind of to pain. Um, some people will just put music on when they're feeling anxious or they're having a or whatever it is. Maybe they're just having a flare up, and they'll just turn on that music and just kind of let that envelop around them, right? And it helps with the anxiety and the depression and the pain or whatever. Doesn't it have just? Do you can you relate to that?
Yeah, yeah. Music would kind of help me a lot. So
Yeah, yeah. Even though almost like a form of like a natural good medicine, right? Just a
right, it
healthy
does.
medicine. Yeah.
It does. No.
Well, and friends and love and acceptance, all these things are part of helping to. We all just really kind of want. I think that's. I'm glad that Nell, with some of these questions, used the word safe because the only reason why any of us would feel anxious
Mm-hmm.
is if we felt there was danger of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
If we felt like we were safe, somebody wasn't going to hurt us, reject us, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, our bodies and our systems just kind of naturally let down that guard and feel like, you know what, I'm okay.
Right. It's
Yeah,
okay. It's
yeah,
good. No.
yeah. Nell says, for me, the louder the music, the better it drowns out the pain. You know, um, I don't know if you I, go ahead and write down elevation worship, Matt. If you really want to have some music that will lift your spirits,
Oh yeah,
elevation.
yeah, we do play that song. Yeah, we do. We do those songs though at my church. So I know
Oh, you
that
know
band.
elevation
So
worship
yeah, we do some songs
like that.
of them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah,
Oh, you know that group? Yeah, they. I love that group.
yeah,
They've
it
got
is.
some very amazing, uh, music and sounds and energy for sure.
Oh yeah, with that.
Well, what else? What else What's on your mind as you were kind of preparing for this interview? You know, what were some of your thoughts, and what were you nervous about? Tell me.
Well, I will try. My thought is, I mean, this is very first interview on live, and also me. I mean, this is like it will a guess, but
Also, I want
I'm the
him to
newest to talk.
explain. I want him to tell everyone what he. One second. Hold that thought. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's good. Don't worry about.
I want him to explain whatever he feels. You can let him know I'm just on my way to get home. Type so keep typing like you are. That's really helpful. It was in there, but you skipped it. Oh, okay, very helpful. It's two up. It's up from the music comment. Oh, okay. But let him know. I'm just right here. So sorry. Okay. One second. Yeah, I might have missed a question. She might submit that again.
Hmm.
Um, so anyway, I'm sorry. She might have to submit that again because I'm not. Oh, what would you like? What would you like everybody to know most about autism?
Oh, well, I just look. Autism people is awesome. I mean, see, autism is for my ability to tell my story about my autism. I mean, I'm trying to help everyone and inspire everyone. So,
And you were saying earlier that as you were getting ready for the interview, you've never done anything like this before to be able to talk about it.
well, so, well, yeah, but this is the very first time on the live stream because it feels like kind of podcast kind of, but
Yeah,
this is our very first time for
yeah.
me. I mean, this is like I never ever experienced this before. I mean,
Oh,
because I mean, it's like I'm scared and I'm trying, to be myself,
you're
and I
doing
am. So,
amazing. Oh, doing amazing. It's such an honor to have you, man. I'm thrilled. I can't wait to be able to post this and have people be able to watch the whole thing because even those that join, they come in and out, right? They're not maybe,
oh yeah,
yeah,
I know that feels.
yeah, but they, you're just incredible, man. I mean, I
Hmm.
just I cannot say enough. When you're having those moments with whatever it is that you're pursuing in life, where you're starting to feel that anxiety, starting to feel those things, um,
Hmm.
to just try to remember just and focus on just the people that are cheering you on. You're making more of a difference than man.
Yeah,
Mint Enyo says that, and I echo that. You might not always get the feedback or see it or hear it, um, And what I'm gathering is you do a lot of underestimating of yourself,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and you know, and I'm sure that echoes the same kinds of things that your mom has been doing a great job in teaching you. And I know with some of my own personal challenges, of course, my parents have done a lot, but Nell has been just amazing in terms of helping some of my own mindset about
Mm-hmm.
myself, and it gets better. So don't beat yourself up if tomorrow morning you have something that you're feeling anxious about. I just hope that some of these things that you're learning, that you can just keep challenging it and think, what am I thinking? I've got so many people that love me, and I can't see it. I'm not hearing it right at that moment, but it doesn't mean it's not true. It's not there.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
they say, Julie says, thank you for sharing your story with us today. You are doing fabulous and are moving mountains. Uh,
Thank you.
Mint Enyo says, I tell him that all the time, but you do too. Yeah. So people are saying amen, 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 amen.
Yeah. So
Um,
do you want to see this?
of course. What is it?
I published this stories called Fine Stories. So I was on this book.
Really?
Yeah.
So an author kind of just wrote about some of the creators of what people have done on Vine, and you were in that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was there. So
And that's what you mean by Vine famous, right?
well, yeah, I
Yeah,
am. So
yeah. Well, it's you have some people that might have like 2.5 million followers on TikTok, and then they only have maybe 125,000 on Instagram or whatever, right? I mean, not that that's not. I mean, but the point is that you spent a lot of time and love and investment in that Vine area, and you touched a lot of people's life. I
oh
think that's amazing. We want a copy of that. I don't know if how we can get a copy of that, but oh man, I would love to.
well, yeah, it's on the Amazon. So if you
You could
just
just go to
find
Amazon,
stories, yeah, it was there.
the
So
Vine stories, huh?
yes,
That's awesome.
so
Yeah. So anyway, Mint is going to go back on your end. He spent some time. It looks like you guys are friends as well, Matt. So he popped on over here. He's going to hop on over there. But Nell's saying she'll check that out. We want to get that and look into that a little bit more.
mm-hmm.
Now I know that it's a little bit later where you're at. There's a 2 hour difference. I want to be mindful of your mom's time as well. I know that she's still part of this. Um,
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
are you
I'm okay.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You kind of raise your hand when you're wanting to kind of start, wrapping up.
No, no,
Um,
I'm not wrapping it up. I'm not.
okay. What else do you want to what let me have you lead out on some things. What do you want? What else do you want to talk about? I mean, this is an opportunity for you to.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, what?
I'm just here.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
hold on. We got Nell.
Now that I'm on the floor.
She's she. You might be able to. Can you hear Nell?
Yeah, I can help
You
a
can
little
hear me?
bit, but well, a little bit. But if you come closer, you can hear me.
Okay.
I'm leaning against the wall, bud, but.
Well, I can't hear you. You good? You good?
Yay!
Oh,
I'm
good.
so excited.
Oh, good.
Because Rex
Hey,
keeps skipping over my questions, Matt, and it's not funny.
no, that's nice.
um, I want to know how can we help, along with you, help others know more about autism, and how can we best show up for all of our autistic friends and family? If you had any advice that has to do with that, what would that be? How can we best show up for anyone that has, quite frankly, a very complex condition?
Yeah.
I will try best I can. I'm inside. we have tests, and I mean, I don't know, it's hard for me, but I wanted the autistic people be happy and be
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
And so, anything that we could do that would help people with autism feel like that it's okay to just be themselves. They don't have to
Yeah,
change. Just be yourself.
yeah, I agree. That's how it goes.
So in a lot of respects, Matt, I really, you and I are similar, and you and Rex are similar in that what we deal with, even though mine's very physical, it's
Mm-hmm.
still invisible to people.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
let me know if I'm wrong in what I say here. And
Okay.
Because of the nature of it being invisible, we look at each other, and a lot of times we do make very snap judgments, right? And I think that's where you were touching on about anxiety. And quite frankly, I think if you're a human being, we felt that at one time or another.
Yeah.
But
Right.
because it's invisible, you guys, this is where we've got to change as human beings. We've got to put ourselves at a much, much higher level. We have to expect better of ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't expect better of others before ourselves. We have to change this world by changing our own attitudes. So
Right.
if Matt got more smiles, just a soft smile,
Yeah.
that anxiety would slowly melt away.
Reassure
Right.
Cheryl.
Right.
His mom says, reassure them that it's safe to be themselves.
Exactly.
How hard is that?
And because we can't see what each other's going through, and we don't, because we're all such complex human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one person would say, what would help me is for you to come up and talk to me. And another person's answer would be, I thank you for trying to talk to me, but you're really overwhelming me.
Oh, perfect. I love this.
This is where I think,
because they're
a
different.
simple act of kindness, holding a door, smiling at somebody, telling them to have a wonderful day, not just a generic have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah.
Look into their eyes and say, I hope you have a wonderful day.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that, do you feel like that's where we can do better as human beings for each other?
There's little things like that.
Well, truly, yes. I need. We
Yeah.
need to. We need the regular people taught to disabled people. I'm sorry. I know I said it. You know that word, but
Yeah.
I want regular people taught to people, not me, and to help to be not be alone. No.
Yep.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
For sure.
To not let them feel isolated or be isolated. Right. Yeah. Because that's
Right.
painful. I mean, we all know nobody.
So as human beings, as we're passing each other in a very busy world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, let's just slow down 2 seconds, 2 seconds of your life to give a smile and give a very genuine comment, or and then if you happen, like for anyone, where, because it is, again, I'm going back to this complexity of us as human beings and how we all are so different in what helps us. If you do know someone enough that you're at least friends with them or neighbors with them, or this is where you can do a better job at stopping for 5 minutes and sending a message or putting a note on the door with a gift.
Just kindness.
Yeah, right. And that is communication, you guys. Like, it's, Rex will, I don't know if I've ever said this on one of our lives, but I say it to Rex a lot. Communication is extremely fascinating to me. And I mean far, far beyond the language that comes out of our mouth. I'm talking, how do we communicate spirit to spirit? And there's so many beautiful ways to do that, you guys. This is why this world should not, no one should feel isolated, because we were given the gifts as human beings born into this world, natural gifts of being able to communicate in so many different ways, especially nowadays with the technology we have. So there's no excuse, really. There's no excuse for anyone to ever feel isolated or fearful or anxious or depressed, and this is what we're fighting for. And I really feel like we have such a powerful ally in you, Matt.
Yeah, really.
Linking arms with you, because you're doing that. You're living it, you're showing it, you're doing it, and we're dang proud to be a part, stand next to you and be a part of that.
Yeah, we're the ones that should be nervous, having you as a guest, my friend.
Matt, you seem smooth as butter. If you're anxious inside, nobody knows, that's for sure.
I mean, hell, dude, you got a smooth cat bass playing, bonga bonga bonga. I mean, it's like, damn, it's like I want to hang out with this cat.
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
Oh man, that would be so fun. I wish he was closer. I would hang out with you and jam.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, the nights we would buy some damn pizza and some Mountain Dew, and you'd get your bass out, and I'd get on the drum set, and we would just jam out until 2 a.m, man. It would be just a blast.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, he's like, I can arrange that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll have to. I mean, I know you're in North Carolina, I'm in Utah, but I mean that. I want to, whether it's this next year,
where we would, because of
COVID.
What we want to do is travel and get a pocket of people, right? In
on our traveling and stopping. But I'm not just saying that to just have the lights and cameras go down and then you remember there was a guy that kind of treated you well for a moment. I mean, I want to stay connected and I'm coming on the guitar. Oh, hey, I am Marshall up in here, man.
Nice.
He's like, I'm coming on the guitar. Oh, I don't know if that means that he popped in when we were talking about the guitar, or whether he's
he did.
Does he play guitar?
Hi, you guys.
Who, Marshall?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Matt, your mom is saying that your Aunt Kathy lives in Utah.
Oh my gosh! Well,
yeah,
but she even that's that.
Listen,
hey, Laurel,
I'm just saying we might be able to
at least meet you. Because we live in Eagle Mountain. That's just kind of by the Provo.
Yeah,
and
pretty central Utah.
Right.
Oh, you do? He was a frontman of a metal band. Guys, I am Marshall. He's a friend of ours.
Oh my
he's really close
amazing.
to Steve Bordeaux, and we've got Steve. Steve's lined up here. I think he's in a month or something. We're gonna have that cat on here. But
nice.
But yeah, can you imagine, Marshall, if me, you, and
you three got together?
Matt got together. You were the guitar and the bass. I'm a really good drummer. I mean, I just put that out there, dude. I can.
He does pick up the beats pretty easy.
I mean, I was the best in all of the local area growing up, and it was an awesome feeling being that good at
something. You have to tell people that you're not totally serious.
I would. I'll have you though. Even though I kind of joke about that, it was pretty fun. In the junior high days,
he's very good, but he does this joking thing where he looks dead serious.
Where I look dead serious.
Some people have looked at him like, boy, you're high on
No,
yourself.
it's fun. I'm just having fun bringing back the music days. But after we were in high school and we would go play to the junior high, and then they would scream and then they'd come up and want your autograph. It was kind of fun. But okay, so we got Laurel Lingle in here, who was our first interviewee. We've got Courtney in the house.
Oh, your mom plays the tambourine.
Yeah.
You didn't
Courtney,
know that?
Courtney would play the cowbell. She was at second interview. We got Cheryl going to be on the tambourine. We're going to have Marshall on the lead guitar.
I can touch a piano.
Damn, you talk about a safe jam, brother.
Hey, watch your mouth, dude. Don't say damn.
I can. It's gonna be a fun time.
You guys, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you can be back up there too. You can do the MK wings.
Yeah.
You can.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I got my second COVID shot today, and it's really triggered my body right into a bad flare-up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay.
If you've seen any of the other lives, you'll see sometimes she's on the camera and sometimes she's not.
If you guys, like, the fever's gone down, but it would be uncomfortable for you guys to even look at me because it's like I get so burning hot.
Yeah.
So I'm doing you a favor, all right?
Yeah. I'm just glad you was able to come in and.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting on the floor. Once in a while, I'll put my head on the wall. I just don't feel well.
Yeah.
But we kind of expected this.
Yeah.
It's better than getting COVID, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what else do you feel like that we haven't covered something that you would like to say? So someone, maybe they're watching this video and they honestly have never heard of or have met someone, got to know someone with autism. Anything else that you'd like to tell?
A couple of people we know are newly diagnosed.
Yeah, and even though I've had it in my family, I'm telling you, this experience with you has educated me more.
Yeah.
Than anything. I mean, I've known about autism. I've seen some similarities and differences in them and their but I've never really and I think in a lot of ways I feel like I should, especially with having family. But this is helpful in that it's been an opportunity to talk, and then family has even started following it, right? And so both sides of our families see how it's engaging in conversation, and it can even help. It helps Nell and I's talked about it, how it's helped us in our relationship. It helps our family, and it helps families. And so sometimes it just starts with something like this. So.
Yeah.
But anything else that you want to?
What's the most difficult thing about your specific autism? What do you find that is
most challenging?
Yeah.
What's the most challenging?
In the way of any daily routine or
because we've talked about anxiety, and I don't know if that's the top, but what do you feel is just like no matter how hard you try, it's something you have to cope with. Some things we can overcome.
You have to learn to live
some
with.
things it reduces because we get better at it. But some things just never seem to go away. It's just like, I'm just going to have to cope with this. What would that be for you?
Not be shy. That's because I really do not be shy all the time. And
shy?
No, shyness.
Shy.
Noise. Yeah. So.
And so no matter what, you just like.
You can't shake
It's like just because your hand is there, it's just always going to be there with you, right? It's just something that may never just change, right?
Right.
And that is why I think
stepmom was just diagnosed with Asperger's too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, Laura Lingles, and then I am Marshall. My son Aiden is not verbal, and it's very difficult to find what makes him happy. He'll be 15 in February. Wow, I'm Marshall. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Let us know
what do
I
you?
would love to. You guys, I've talked about this before. I think it would be really beneficial if there was a way to do, I don't know, whether it has to be over a Zoom call or like just however many we could get on at one time that have similar things so that you guys can not just talk to us and the audience, but talk amongst yourselves and compare stories and help each other out.
Yeah,
Right
there's some of his followers that have autism that I've followed, and I'll try to do some of that. I think, the start of that is just kind of, following each other and just kind of becoming more,
But would give me a thumbs up if you guys would be interested, and you let me know as well, Matt, if you guys would be interested, if we once in a while got like a group of people that had somebody close to them with autism or had the diagnosis themselves, and we got on a call of sorts and was communicating, all together, all at once.
You mean a group with the same condition and challenges?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
That would be something to consider. We've never
I've mentioned that before about other things, but this autism can be especially difficult, and because it's a wide range of symptoms and a wide range of. So I think it'd be so beneficial to really get a group together and talk live together, but as a group.
Yeah, I love that idea. It may end up being on the Zoom call and on the monitor, right? Because you can only do dual.
Yeah, but it would totally work.
Yep.
Yeah, if any of you would be interested in that.
Pepsi guy is asking, Matt, do you have to take meds? I'm newbie on this subject, and if so, is it for the rest of your life?
Thanks for that question.
What, do you take the medicine?
Yeah, do you have to take any medicine now?
No, I'm fine. So
okay, yeah, there was some in the past. Well, actually, yeah, he said earlier how he took some meds with the depression, but not anymore. And there's no medication for autism, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No medication autism for me. I'm fine. So,
do you know if there is medication for people?
From what I understand, the symptoms.
Is it an option? Is kind of a personal?
I don't know enough to
I'll have to look into that. Are you aware of any kind of medication that people with autism can take that helps them?
Well, Mio told me about this and said nope, they're not.
Oh, so. Okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, one of the things that I think is interesting about that is we're starting to talk about, there's all these things that can help, but you could get on here and say, I love the amount of music that's in my life, the experiences that I'm having with friends are spot on. I'm just loving that. And there's always going to be maybe that component, right, of shyness. So no matter what we've got available that does help us cope, we're still having to cope with the part that just still can't change. And sometimes people can cope a little bit better when they have a medicine that maybe helps them a little bit or whatever, and sometimes not. And so in your case, you're having to cope with maybe sometimes a lot that other people would just buckle if they tried coping with what you're going through, right? I mean, I don't know. I just know my own stuff that I'm having to deal with, right? I don't know what it's like to have autism,
Yeah, I know. I just time help anyone who got autism. I want to inspire them
to cope the best that they can. Yeah.
You Laurel's saying that her son's on anxiety and antidepressant to treat symptoms.
Yeah.
And then Mint is just echoing what you said. There's no medication for autism itself.
Oh, okay, so he knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. You don't have to answer this, but I am just curious. Do you ever just get ticked off and mad that this is not fair, or just angry, or just struggle with just being ticked off, like why me, or what, this isn't fair, anything like that?
I don't want to answer that. I just don't want to answer that. So
Okay. Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, I get ticked off a lot sometimes about that. And so if you're, whether it's you or whether it's someone else that, you know, I want you to know that that's just normal. So if you, being angry sometimes about what we go through, I think is normal. And it's okay to kind of go through that.
Some people genuinely just don't have that.
Yeah, some people,
They don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some people don't get maybe as angry about it, and and that's okay, too. But if I've had to learn that allowing myself to kind of be angry and kind of working through those times has been helpful for me. So I think that
either is fine.
Yeah, it's a safe place. Regardless, if and so it's important to know that that's okay too.
yeah, it's okay. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Pepsi guy says, Matt, thanks for sharing your story. Courtney says, I know I feel that way sometimes. Yeah, so sometimes
Courtney, you're going through a lot.
She's got a lot that she's going through. And if you guys aren't follow each other.
Go follow each other.
Yeah, go follow. You might get a slew of followers after this, Matt. And
hey, it's not first time, so it's good. So.
I love that.
Yeah, confidence.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, no kidding. I love him.
Well, I'm gonna let people know that my friend is Vine famous. Period. Like.
Well, Ogi Kueho Foo Five fine. So remember that. So.
Say that again.
Ogi Kueho Foo Five found.
Will you send me?
Foo Five.
Is that like? Are you telling me your like username on Vine or something, or no?
No. What I'm talking about, I was certified by Vine.
Oh, you were certified.
No,
yeah, that's why I'm gonna buy that book.
Certified.
Same thing as kind of like the blue check mark kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I got the Vine logo in my profile when it was.
We're gonna buy that book.
That's awesome, man.
That is huge.
And they closed. They cut.
Yeah, they closed that down.
Vine didn't stick around.
It
was a very quick. Do you remember?
It was too fast, maybe.
Emily and Ellen and Logan.
I remember that.
They were all into it.
I think TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. I think they just crushed them.
Really huge within the. So this would have been about when I knew about it. It was about 8-9 years ago. And it was really huge.
About 8 years ago.
Exactly, so. And it was huge in the especially in the teen. Well, same kind of the way TikTok started, and it. So that was a big deal.
It played its absolutely, and it played its role. It's kind of like with MySpace, right? I mean, MySpace was
the first Facebook type.
It played its role, and for whatever reason, Facebook kind of beat out, but.
Well, Vine, Matt is not happy about leaving. Whoever decided that.
Vine,
Darn it.
Marshall says Vine was before his time, a little bit before mine too, but.
Rex and I are. We've got grown kids, but we're fairly young.
Yeah.
We started having kids young, so we.
I just remember Abby coming in and like. Trying to teach me Snapchat.
Abby and Ellen, and then our niece and nephews were into it. So.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remember it through our kids and our nieces and nephews, but it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I finally had to say, what in the heck are you guys glued to your phone over? That kind of was the first thing that I remember them.
Yeah.
Really, they're glued to the phone and interacting with a lot of people, and it was kind of this cool,
Yeah, it's time. Marshall said it's time. It's time to. Hey, Marshall.
What's time?
I think he corrected. Vine was before its time. It's time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, I mentioned Steve. I have Steve on.
Yeah.
I know that, message me if anything rings true in terms of things that you've got with you and your family. TikTok is an amazing place for a lot of positivity, fun, dance, and all this kind of stuff. But we really love to kind of move into a space that sometimes has maybe a little bit more of a serious note where people could still get some positivity from talking about some hard things. And so if that any of that rings true and you want to be scheduled, I sometimes we have cancellations. I don't want to put you all the way out to the September of next year because we're booked out through September 2022. But I know you, so reach out to me if that is something that you're interested in, and we can get you booked earlier,
Well,
my friend,
any
if
of
you
you,
want that.
honestly.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we love to.
Mm-hmm.
I've been just so I've been just so surprised about learning about the diversity. There's so much diversity within not just people but pain and the things that people are going through. But I'm also equally and sometimes even more shocked at just the similarities. Like there's times where we're just talking and like the last thing that's on my mind is I'm talking with Matt and he has autism. I mean, it's like
I know.
yeah,
You just
there's things that are
by the end of it, we always feel like this is just our friend or our family.
And so even though there's a lot to be said about the value of learning about people's differences and appreciating that, there's also something to be said about how there's just a commonality where we're just the same in so many ways, eternal souls that are having various different experience here on earth, and there's just so much that is the same in us. And
we're just chilling, letting you take the stage and change the world. Is all, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am. I always do.
So Marshall says, absolutely. We've got much going on here with their son, Aiden, is co-parenting situation. Yeah. Hit
I'm
me up,
sure
man.
it's not easy.
Send me a message and we'll talk offline and
Absolutely.
we'll get you scheduled. Maybe what I could do, I don't know.
We have one of our nephews is, well, at least when he was young. When he was young, he wasn't completely nonverbal, but he was inside himself.
Oh, you're talking about my nephew? Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to say names.
Yeah, no.
But definitely, so we understand. I don't know what degree. When you say your son's nonverbal, is that what you said back?
Yeah.
I think so.
Earlier he said
we do understand somewhat.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, Marshall, when you had mentioned that, you kind of share a little bit about that. Even with our nephew,
it was kind of fun to find ways to communicate with him in a way that made him feel safe, and we slowly approached and what brought a smile to his face, because he would be very, very hyper focused on whatever it was. But
well, and obviously there's differences in the community, the conversation and being able to talk with someone when they're kids. There's some sensitivities there in terms of what's okay with parenting and things. And so what a unique, this is also one of the reasons why this is just an amazing, is that you're an adult. Obviously your mom is involved in your life, but you're you're not in the same kind of situation where it would be like, okay, I can't have a conversation to really understand that better because they're 8 years old, right, or something, and that might not be the right time for it. So all the more you're in a position, again, where you really can help a lot of people because of
you guys, that we're talking to you as parents. Obviously, if there's any issue, and I'm sure I just imagine how we're very protective even over our little granddaughter and putting her on camera, but especially if there's a diagnosis. But just joining the conversation as with an adult like Matt, and then parents choosing what they want to share. Children, or somebody that may have a younger sibling who your information would be so valuable to them
Yeah.
on, and then also being able to talk to your mom,
Yeah.
about
Her
raising
experience
you, and
exactly. That's why I loved her participation and kind of her sharing, because
your mom sounds like a rock star.
she is
Matt.
an absolute rock star. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's like with what Marshall goes through, whether it's here on a chat or whether it's on a live or whatever, they're in a situation where they have to decide as parents, sometimes co-parenting, you know, where is it appropriate to share, things that are going on in our life where the outcome we know is going to be a good one, a positive one. How much do we share? Is it too early?
Safe.
Yeah, keeping, obviously there's always going to be, and Matt, you just answered directly when we wanted to talk about anger. That wasn't something that he wanted to get into, and awesome for you. You know where the boundaries are of what helps, keep things healthy. And so we're all just doing our best. I don't know how many times you've said, I'm just trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best. And, aren't we all, right? We're just trying to make those.
I'll say this, Matt. Your definition of trying to do your best looks pretty incredible. It looks a hell of a lot more than trying to do your best. There's an ease about you, and it's the first thing that really caught me a little off guard was when you're saying, that you were shy, because you just seem at ease with people, and that just shows the amount of strength that you have, and how many times you've gotten yourself back up, put yourself maybe into uncomfortable situations for the better good, and turn something into quite a strength.
Very much so. Very strong,
Very
courageous.
impressive, seriously.
And Marshall, we were talking, he's mentioning your skills are on point. We've spent a lot of time earlier before you joined. This is going to be recorded. Check out our YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link in bio. And Spoonful of Sugar, Rex and Nell. And that's going to be uploaded there, so you can watch the whole thing and check that. But we've spent a big part of it earlier talking about his music, and go and check out that. Go and buy a book on Amazon, Vine Stories,
You guys,
especially with kind of a, with the legacy that he has, and the success that he found.
He's just holding it up. Hold it up again, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, hold that up again, man. Because what that represents so much. I mean, a safe place is just one of many things that Vine,
so
has done for him, and so I appreciate you sharing that, and that's okay if they've closed, but it was an important chapter in your life, and so thank you for kind of having that be part of your story and sharing.
Yeah, and I have no doubt you'll build another very successful story. You already are, but I just have no doubt that you'll go a lot further.
Yeah, and I hope that this is helpful and helping shine the light even brighter to any degree, in terms of people just seeing who you are, and just want to flock to you, and because you're just that special of a human being, for sure.
Thank you. Always. I'm happy you say that to me. Thank you.
You bet. Anything else that you want to say? You're gonna.
I am just. It's just been a pleasure for the time that
Yeah, she's gonna have to head back.
This is kicking my butt, you guys.
She's gonna have to head back to bed, and I'll have to get dinner here in just a second.
It's okay.
Anything that you want to just share before we kind of wrap up?
Anything
just I'll turn the time over to you, Matt, in terms of kind of closing us out, and then we'll call it a night, so you guys can get some rest.
Yeah, man, I can tell about my story right here.
100%. Take the rest of the time that you want, my friend. You do not have to feel rushed.
Well, that's fine. I'm happy about that. Okay, so here we go. Matt Backs Up by Sehu Backs Up, Matthew Smohu. Matt is an autistic adult. It's remarkable how much fun helped him with his language and social skill. It's the way for him to communicate with others. Find fees empower him. He uses social media a lot, but he also had a lot of friends in real world. He has a lot of friends from high school and tells who keeps in contact. It used to be difficult for him to socialize, but fine was help him to get out of himself. That's why I think it's so wonderful. Matt is one of the first autistic kids to be mainstream into a mainstream school in Buchan County, North Carolina. I began working with him when he was 16 months. In school, he did great in math and reading, but he couldn't vocalize. He went to a speech therapist and he began talking. He had to repeat the first grade with his was a hard but necessary decision. In middle school, he received an award for most outstanding student. Everyone was him. It was a proud moment for us both. He received certificate of completion from high school. He had been working at a retirement home almost 8 years. Well, that's a long time, but that's old. Okay, he drive moped to work. He enjoyed the job, and his coworkers that he will walk to work. His 2,000 and coworkers where he appreciated for him, and he eventually got raised. Matt has always been consistent about the way he's talked. When someone on phone asked me what was wrong with his voice, that person even went so far to accuse Matt of faking his way of speaking. Matt has become so proud of his abilities was making to cover his speech, and then that happened. There was a tremendous amount of support of for the fine community. It was so wonderful and see the camaraderie of so many families who stand forward and spoke up for him. People made fine to keep him up and let him know he was found love. Matt is interested in technology. He enjoys music and plays guitar. People can tell he was special, but Matt possesses many gifts. He knows he got autism, but he will willing to talk about. If you have situation for him, don't be very asked. It's good for him to answer them. I think most people are good heart. Sorry. I think that a lot of that are fine, and I appreciate that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I right after you finished that, somebody on your end had glasses go.
Yeah, I see that, but no, I just
How
that.
and how fitting, man. I mean, it's like, what a mix of kind of a sacred moment, uh, mixed with the kind of humorous, cool, that's me moment. Kind of as you was sharing that, and Nell had gone into the other room. The room here just got quiet and just felt just really really good feeling as he was sharing some of the most proud moments of your life. And then so fitting because of the personality. I love your personality and your humor, and the people that love you kind of put glasses on you right after, and they know that that's also part of what's so special about you, is that there's a little fun side of the serious. And thank you so much for sharing that, and ending on that note. And we would love to continue following you and keep doing your thing, and encourage people to go and watch the full story. There's only so much that I can do in the 1 to 3 minute highlight that I'll be posting, but I think that it would be a disservice for people to not have the opportunity and know where they can find the whole video. So let people know about it, and we'd love to have them watch the whole thing to get to know our Matt. So
I know. I'm happy spending the time for you guys. I just this is one of the best ones we did. So I mean, I kind of laid back, so it's all good. So
oh, you did amazing. Yeah. Well, I hope it was more than maybe you thought it would be. I know that it was something that was important to you, and I, forgive us if it's fell short of your expectations.
no, it's all good. I like
Oh,
it.
good.
I love it. It's
Oh,
good.
good.
So
Good. Well, we love you, my friend. Anything else that you want to say before I let you go and go get some rest or something to
um,
eat with you and Cheryl, your mom, or
well, my mom is bad right now, but I'm fine. So I
okay.
mean, I want to tell you guys thank you to tell my about my story about my autism and fine too. So it helped me a lot. So
Yeah, Nell's just saying. I don't know if you heard her yelling it, but she's saying you are incredible. So she's
thank
just we
thank you.
love you, my friend. We really do.
I, I love it too, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys always welcome.
All right. Well, you keep in touch and you keep doing your thing. Okay.
I will try. I will try best I can. So,
All right. Well, we love you so much. Okay. You have a good
all right,
night.
all right. You too, man.
Okay. We'll see ya.
See ya.
Bye.